They'll run with Cook. And he will take this one. Cousins again. He's got Smith here. Down inside the 10. Touchdown. Working out of the gun. Cousins. And he's got it. Touchdown, Viking. Here's Carr to throw. And this is caught. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's over the line. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Vikings.
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, this is the National Football League. Vikings taking on Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Minnesota Vikings. Greg Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Carr right away going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Keelan Cole, the intended target, but it'll be second down. First carry for Josh Jacobs. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Try to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's a big play there for Vegas, and even 40 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
His throw incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And some room to work. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there out of Cook. 47 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Cook. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins to Jefferson on the slant. And he's brought down. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. 1st down Vikings. They'll run with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive. They'll throw it across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Following the interception, Cousins. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step toward forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Cousins to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The kick by Joseph is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets them down to the 6-yard line. Here's Jacobs. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. One more time with Jacobs. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Jordan Hicks able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Cousins again. He's got Smith here. Down inside the 10. Touchdown. Irv Smith Jr. 28 yards. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there just before halftime. 51 yards. On first down, Drake. And he is going to lose yardage here. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with a... And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Cousins gives way to Cook. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Cook again. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give running right, it's Cook. Oh, able to avoid him. He was brought down by Trayvon Mullen. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Cousins now from the 50. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. To throw, Cousins. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. Up the middle, it's Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Cousins able to connect with Adam Thielen. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Keelan Cole, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay. So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. On play action, now Carr. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Carr. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by Carlson is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game.
There he goes, right side. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. And even 150 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete there to Smith. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And this one incomplete. A 50-50 ball in the end, nearly intercepted. And now it's third down. Throwing his car on third down. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Carr going to leave this for Drake on the draw. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10. Carr, a handoff here to Drake. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he's got it to make it 27-13. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fields it right around the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Off the play fake, Cousins on the move to his left. Open man is Thielen, it's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. I suppose it wasn't out of the realm of possibility that we could have seen a comeback, but that touchdown should put any hopes of a comeback out of reach. It's been a really quality effort for him here in this one.
And no matter what else you think, you have to admire the initiative to finish things off their way. Don't leave anything to chance, no matter how small the odds of a comeback were. Send it home with a touchdown and get to celebrating.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
He's going to let it fly. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Carr going to throw. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. First down, here's the run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.